Caught up with Coach Roselli down in the freezing cold, Gwinnett, Georgia. Compound North, you come down here with Stever to do a camp for us. Great NCAAs. I'm sure in your eyes there's still tons of improvement to make always. You're a guy who sat down with your coaching staff and Coach Ryan and Jaggers and didn't look at it as, hey, we got a bunch of young kids, we're looking 2-3 years out to have success. You sat down and figured out how can we have success now with a bunch of young talent. What's the process like of developing young talent that quick?
Well, I think that each guy has a little bit of a plan. There's an overall structure to the program, but each guy has a little bit different way of things that they need to develop. But I think a lot of times it's, these young kids came in with a little bit of attitude. They expected to win. I think putting them in a position to win and preparing them to do that was really the key. They had enough talent, but just making sure that each day you kind of, look at the wrestling and making sure that they're improving, month by month. If they take a hit, learning what happened and how we can fix it. And so I think the process is, just really about analyzing and improving each month. We start in September and, you got this long season. So, keep working them hard, keep doing the things you think are right, don't abandon the plan, that you have for them, and giving them confidence into going into the national tournament, I think was huge, and having a standard and expectation for them, and I think that we've always had that, expecting guys to win. So, these young guys, just because they're young, we knew that they were pretty good coming out of high school. A lot of them were ranked number 1 and number 2 or top 3, and so we felt strongly that they would be able to compete right away.
We were talking yesterday about you leaving Edinboro and coming to Ohio State, and you really didn't have a set expectations or what exactly you wanted to do and this, that, and the other. Now you're running, in my opinion, the best regional training center in the country. Like I said, you just had a successful NCAA tournament. What's it been like from the time you got here to taking a look back of what you've accomplished and what the coaching staff's accomplished and what you have to wake up to on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I think, I think our whole staff is proud of what we've done. We took a team that, was, I don't know, whether 45th, 39th or something when we got there, and then we were 10th, 2nd, 8th, and had a little bit of mishap, and then we're top 5, and I think our goal and standard is always to try to win the nationals, and to try to put our kids in position to do that. I think coming from Edinboro to there gives me good scope, and just some of the things that, we didn't have at Edinboro that we do have at Ohio State. And, we just have more people and more, our training center has helped us develop. Having 7 or 8, international guys or guys on the national team has made us, a great impact on our program. Having guys to train with and work hard with our young guys, with Desari and the Stevers and, Camplatano, I think makes a difference. Integrating those two, just like, Zeke Jones wants to integrate, the world-class guys with these university and FILA junior champions. It's the same deal. Integrating our world-class guys with our college guys has made them step up and improve. So, that's we're very proud of on both sides. Our college program is what it's done and the work that's went into that, and our staff's workload that goes to that, and obviously our freestyle program that's continually trying to get better and raise the funds to keep those guys.
How do you balance that? A lot of assistant coaches and just have a hard enough time being an assistant coach. You're Olympic coach now. You coached a ton of Olympic hopefuls this year. How do you balance that and stay passionate about it?
Well, I think a lot of it deals with the kids. I think that you get entrenched in their goals and you really want to see them succeed. And we've had some heartbreakers, we've had some great things happen, and I think the balance is in obviously liking the kids and liking what you do. And I like working with obviously my full-time job's Ohio State, and then you get these Olympic guys and you see them working so hard. You like to see them succeed. So I travel a little bit more than most, but I think all in all, I wouldn't want it any other way. My job is to impact people, and that's what I try to do. So sometimes it's on the Ohio State side, and and hopefully you're getting more and more of those guys, and then you got some international guys. So there's always something going on. So there's always somebody you're trying to help. So your time is limited, but you try to balance it by prioritizing what you have to do and the needs of each guy, and where you got to go from there each day. So I wouldn't say it's ever an issue of being passionate about something. I think it's just a balance of time, and when I can balance my time, and use it efficiently, then we have lots of success.
Talk a little bit about heartbreak. I wouldn't see it as a heartbreak. Bunch is literally knocking on the door. They had the round robin in Times Square, which I thought was awesome. It's great for our sport. Kind of built it up. maybe some bad calls in that match, but he ends up not making the world team, or not making the Olympic team. Talk about the journey. You've been with him for a while, and you were talking about what a great person he is, and a lot of people just see his wrestling and don't really know what he is as a complete person, what kind of person he is. What's the journey been like in his development?
Well, you know, obviously by Sean's results, you know, he's done a great job. I mean, obviously, you know, sometimes we define somebody by, you know, whether they win or lose in the final matches, and I think sometimes that's the tough part. You know, but Sean's a great kid. You know, he's worked real hard. He's way more disciplined than people give him credit. You know, his eating habits are incredible. He's very sincere. You know, I think his work ethic was awesome. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, and when you're on the flip side of it, when you take second, you know, I think, you know, for him it's going to be, you know, it'll always be with him. But I think he'll grow from it. You know, and I don't think there's something he should be ashamed of. You know, and not everybody. It's a 1 in 600,000, I think, that make an Olympic team. So, you know, but I think he has to, you know, try to see the positives and what went on and his journey to be number one. And I think that's really what it's all about, trying to be the best you can be. And, you know, obviously he can't control certain things. I'm not saying he had bad calls. There were some things that I didn't disagree with, but it is what it is. Coleman Scott did a great job. Sean fought real hard. I mean, I think if I had a, you know, I wouldn't say a regret. I just wanted to see him, you know, pull the trigger more and shoot more would have been, you know, I know what he's capable of, and, you know, it just didn't work out, you know, just didn't feel it, you know, and got into a high pressure situation, and, you know, it tightened up a little bit, you know, but, you know, credit to Coleman Scott for coming through, be two real good guys, and we look forward to him on, you know, being on the Olympic team and doing a nice job. But the journey with Sean's been awesome, you know. He could have trained anywhere, but he trained with us, and, you know, I hope he has no regrets either. You know, it is what it is. You know, we just got to move on. You know, now he's in the Bellator and, you know, fighting, and he just signed a little contract. So, you know, I'm hoping he does well.
Awesome, Coach. You got anything else for us?
No, just it's real hot out here.
We closed the doors before the interview too, so we're just gonna bake it here. We appreciate you coming down. We'll definitely be catching up with you in Ohio State as the season rolls along.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.